They say love is easy, but knowing if someone truly sees a future with you, that's where the real questions begin. It's not always about grand declarations or perfect dates. Sometimes the loudest promises are whispered through the smallest actions. You wonder, is he serious? Am I just another chapter in his story? Or am I the ending he's always dreamed of? If you've ever found yourself caught between hope and hesitation, you're not alone. Modern love moves fast, and people often confuse chemistry with commitment. But there's a quiet, steady difference when a man truly sees a future with you. It's not about saying I love you in the heat of the moment. It's about showing it in everyday life. Through the way he listens, the way he makes room for your dreams, the way he fights with you instead of against you. The truth is, a man's heart is often revealed in the patterns, not just the peaks. It's in the way he includes you in his plans without thinking twice. The way he introduces you to the people that matter. The way he silently says, I choose you, over and over again. Not just when it's convenient, but when it counts. If he's doing certain things that may seem small but carry deep meaning, there's a very real chance he's already envisioning a life with you in it. Maybe he hasn't said it out loud. Maybe he's still figuring it out himself. But actions never lie. This isn't about playing games, second-guessing his texts, or decoding his compliments. This is about clarity, knowing that you're not just passing through his life. You're becoming a part of his foundation. Because when a man is serious about you, he moves with purpose. His affection becomes intentional, and his presence, even in silence, starts to feel like a promise. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start knowing, let's walk through these 15 powerful signs. Each one is a window into how men show love when they see a forever, not just a fling. Some of these signs might already be happening right in front of you. And once you recognize them, you'll no longer feel uncertain about where you stand. Because the truth is, when a man sees a future with you, you'll feel it long before he says it. 1. He talks about we instead of I. When a man begins to naturally say we instead of I, it's a powerful and often subconscious sign that he sees you as part of his long-term life. It means he no longer sees himself as a separate unit. He sees both of you as a team. It might start in small ways, like saying we should try that new restaurant instead of I want to try it, or we have a busy weekend instead of I have plans. These small shifts reveal a deeper mindset. He's already thinking of you as someone who will be there beside him in the days, months, or even years ahead. This change in language reflects a change in heart. He's mentally and emotionally including you in his world, not just temporarily, but in the big picture. It shows that your presence is not optional or casual. It's something he counts on. When someone uses we in conversations about life decisions, family events, holidays, future plans, or even day-to-day routines, they're emotionally investing in a shared future. It may sound simple, but that one word, we, can hold the weight of love, trust, and long-term commitment. People don't just say it because it sounds nice. They say it because they feel it. If he's consistently using we when talking to friends, family, or even when joking with you, he's not just in love, he's seeing a future where you are both building something together. So the next time you hear him say, "We've got this," pay attention. It might mean much more than you think. 2. He introduces you to his family and close friends. When a man introduces you to his family and close friends, it's not just a casual gesture. It's a strong sign that he values you deeply and sees a future with you. These are the people who know him best, who've seen him at his highest and lowest. Letting you into that circle means he's proud of you, and he wants the most important people in his life to know who you are. It shows that you're not just someone he's dating. You're someone he's thinking about keeping around for the long haul. He's not just showing you off. He's blending two worlds, his personal and romantic life, because he wants them to connect. If he invites you to family dinners, group hangouts, weddings, or even just a casual get-together with his best friends, it's because he's serious. He wants you to be included in the moments that matter. This also tells you that he's not hiding you. When a man is unsure or not thinking long-term, he'll keep his romantic life separate from his family and friends. But when he's thinking ahead, he'll want you by his side during celebrations, challenges, and everything in between. So when he says, "I want you to meet my mum," or "come out with my friends tonight," it's not just a date or a favor. It's a quiet declaration. You matter to me, and I want the people I love to see why. 3. He includes you in long-term plans. When a man includes you in his long-term plans, it's one of the clearest signs he sees you in his future. He's not just thinking about the next date or weekend. He's thinking months, maybe even years ahead, and he's placing you in that picture without hesitation. This could show up in many subtle but powerful ways. Maybe he talks about a future trip and says, "We should go there next summer." Or he mentions a dream of owning a home and says, "We'll need a big kitchen because you love cooking." That we, in long-term scenarios, isn't accidental. It's intentional. It also shows in his actions. If he's saving money and discussing financial goals with you, asking where you'd want to live, or considering job opportunities based on your location or future together, he's not just dating, he's investing. These are decisions that affect years, not days. And the fact that your opinion, presence, and preferences are part of those decisions means you're not temporary in his mind. Men don't casually place people in their vision of the future unless they're serious. So if he talks about 5-year goals and naturally weaves you into them, whether it's a career move, buying a house, or building a family, believe him. That's not just love, that's commitment. Being included in long-term plans means he sees your bond as stable, valuable, and worth building around. And that's one of the most honest expressions of love there is. He remembers the little things that matter to you. When a man remembers the little things that matter to you, it's a quiet but powerful sign that you hold a special place in his heart. These aren't grand gestures or flashy gifts. They're the small details that most people overlook, but he doesn't. Maybe he remembers how you like your coffee, the way your voice changes when you talk about your childhood pet, or the name of the author you casually mentioned loving once. He holds on to those things not because he's trying to impress you, but because he's genuinely paying attention. It means he listens, not just to respond, but to understand you. When you say something, it doesn't just pass through him, it stays. And when he brings it up later, in a gift, a conversation, or a thoughtful act, it feels like a hug without hands. He's saying, "I see you, I hear you, I value even the smallest pieces of you." Most people forget what they don't truly care about. So when he remembers the tiny details, the songs that calm you down, the meal you crave when you're sad, or the quote that gives you strength, it means he's holding space for you in his mind and heart. And when a man does that, it's not just affection, it's intentional love. 5. He talks openly about finances and future goals. When a man talks openly about his finances and future goals with you, it's a sign of deep trust and even deeper intentions. Money and long-term planning are sensitive topics for many people, especially men who are taught to carry the weight of stability and success. So if he's discussing his income, debts, investments, career plans, or financial fears with you, it means he sees you as someone serious, someone he can build with, not just date casually. He's not trying to impress you. He's being transparent. He wants you to know where he stands, what he's aiming for, and how you might fit into that journey. He might say things like, "I want to save for a house in the next few years," or "I've been thinking about switching careers." What do you think? Those aren't just updates. They're invitations. Invitations to step into his vision and help shape what comes next. When a man includes you in conversations about budgeting, future expenses, or even retirement dreams, he's not just thinking in months, he's thinking in decades. And more importantly, he's picturing you in that timeline. This kind of openness shows he respects you, trusts your perspective, and sees your partnership as something worth planning around. It's not about how much he has, it's about how much he's willing to share. And if he's sharing his financial world and goals with you, he's not just letting you into his life, he's making room for you in his future. 6. He makes sacrifices for your comfort and happiness. When a man willingly makes sacrifices for your comfort and happiness, it's one of the most genuine signs that he truly cares and sees you as part of his future. Sacrifice doesn't always mean something dramatic. It can be as simple as giving up his favorite weekend plans because you're feeling down, or staying up late to talk even when he's tired. These moments may seem small, but they speak volumes. He's showing that your needs matter, sometimes more than his own. Maybe he skips a night out with friends to help you prepare for a big interview. Or he drives across town just to bring you your favorite food when you're sick. He notices when you're uncomfortable and tries to fix it, even if it costs him time, energy, or convenience. This kind of effort isn't about proving something. It comes from a place of deep affection and emotional investment. He's not just present when it's easy. He's there when it's inconvenient, when it's hard, and when it requires effort. That's real love. A man who sacrifices for you doesn't just want to be a part of your life. He wants to improve it. He's showing you, through action, that your happiness is tied to his. And that kind of quiet, consistent sacrifice is one of the strongest signs he's in it for the long run. 7. He wants to solve problems instead of walk away. When a man genuinely wants to solve problems instead of walking away, it's a clear sign that he values the relationship and sees it as something worth protecting. Every relationship faces conflict. It's natural. But what separates someone who's committed from someone who's not is how they handle those hard moments. If he listens when you're upset, tries to understand your point of view, and says things like, "Let's figure this out together," he's showing maturity and emotional investment. He's not trying to win an argument. He's trying to win with you, not against you. That's powerful. Walking away is easy. Shutting down is easy. But staying, listening, apologizing, adjusting, that takes strength and love. A man who truly sees a future with you won't run at the first sign of discomfort. He'll lean in, even when it's hard. He'll choose communication over silence, compromise over ego. He's not afraid of tension because he knows that growing together means working through it, not avoiding it. When he makes an effort to repair, rebuild, and reconnect after disagreements, he's telling you you're worth fighting for, not with, but for. That kind of consistency doesn't just build trust, it builds a future. 8. He asks for your opinion on big life decisions. When a man asks for your opinion on big life decisions, it means he respects your mind, values your judgment, and sees you as an equal partner in his journey. Whether it's about taking a new job, moving to a different city, buying a car, or setting financial goals, involving you shows that he's not just thinking me, he's thinking us. It's easy to talk about dreams, but when someone includes you in the choices that could shape their future, that's real commitment. He's not just informing you after the fact, he's seeking your thoughts before making a move, because your voice carries weight in his world. This isn't about needing permission. It's about building trust, showing you that he wants your input, and proving that you matter in the things that matter most. It also shows emotional maturity. A man who seeks your advice is humble enough to admit he doesn't have all the answers and wise enough to know that your insight can guide him. Whether he says, "What do you think I should do?" or "Would this decision work for both of us?" He's giving you space not just in his life, but in his future. And that's one of the strongest signs of love with purpose. 9. He's consistent, reliable, and emotionally present. When a man is consistent, reliable, and emotionally present, it speaks volumes about how seriously he takes you and the relationship. He doesn't just show up when it's convenient or when he wants something. He shows up always. You don't have to guess where he stands, wonder if hell call, or second-guess his feelings. His words match his actions, and his promises turn into follow-through. Reliability isn't flashy, but it's the foundation of trust. If he says he'll be there, he shows up. If you need support, he listens, not with half his attention, but with his whole heart. When you're having a bad day, he doesn't disappear. Instead, he's there, not to fix everything, but to hold space for you. That kind of presence creates emotional safety, and without that, no relationship can thrive. Being emotionally present also means he doesn't avoid hard conversations. He talks about feelings, he asks how you are, and he really wants to know. He remembers your emotional needs, not just the obvious ones. A man like this isn't just playing a part, he's building something real. His consistency tells you, you can count on me, not just today, but every day moving forward. That's not just love, that's long-term love. 10. He supports your dreams like they're his own. When a man supports your dreams like they're his own, it means he's not just in love with you. He's in love with the life you want to build. He doesn't feel threatened by your ambition, your passion, or your vision for the future. Instead, he becomes your biggest cheerleader. Whether you're chasing a career goal, starting a creative project, or planning to return to school, he's right beside you, encouraging, helping, believing. He celebrates your wins, no matter how small, and he stands firm during your setbacks. When you doubt yourself, he reminds you who you are. When others question your choices, he defends your path. And when you're tired, he reminds you why you started. That's what true partnership looks like. His support might show up in actions, like staying up late to help you prep for an interview, listening to you talk through a strategy, or simply making space in his life so you can chase your goals. It might also come in words, "I'm proud of you," or "You've got this." But no matter how it shows up, it's consistent. He invests emotionally in your success, not because he has to, but because he wants to see you shine. When a man supports your dreams like they're his own, he's not just loving who you are today, he's loving who you're becoming, and he's choosing to be part of that journey. 11. He celebrates your wins as if they're his too. When a man celebrates your wins as if they're his too, it's a beautiful sign that he's genuinely invested in your happiness, not out of obligation, but from the heart. Your success doesn't intimidate him or make him feel smaller. Instead, it makes him proud, inspired, and fulfilled. Whether it's a promotion, a personal breakthrough, or even just a small goal you achieved, he reacts with the kind of joy that says, "We did it, even if it was all you." He doesn't compare, compete, or make it about himself. He lifts you up without hesitation. You'll see it in the way he smiles when you share good news, the way he brags about you to his friends or family, and the way he plans little surprises or special moments just to honor your progress. That joy, it's real, because your success feels personal to him. It also means he sees you as a team. Your growth is a reflection of your strength, and to him, your strength adds to the bond you both share. In a world where some partners feel overshadowed or distant during their significant other's shine, he chooses to be the light beside you, cheering you on. A man who celebrates your wins as his own isn't just watching your journey, he's walking it with you. That kind of shared pride is rare, and it's one of the most honest forms of love. 12. He talks about having kids or living together someday. When a man talks about having kids or living together someday, he's not just making small talk. He's revealing the depth of his emotional commitment and the future he envisions with you. These are not surface-level topics. They're deeply personal, long-term conversations that show he's thinking far beyond the present moment. It might come up casually at first. Maybe he jokes about what your future kids would look like, or wonders out loud what it would be like to wake up next to you every day. But beneath the lightness, there's meaning. He's planting the idea of a shared life. He's testing the waters to see if your dreams align with his. When he asks your thoughts on parenting, family, or building a home together, it shows he respects your opinions and wants to include you in his most intimate life goals. He's not afraid to imagine forever. And more importantly, he's not afraid to imagine it with you. These kinds of conversations show that he's building emotional roots. He's not afraid of commitment. In fact, he's inviting it. And when a man starts talking about building a life with you, kids, a home, a future, he's doing more than dreaming. He's quietly saying, "You are home to me." 13. He respects your boundaries and values. When a man respects your boundaries and values, it's a clear sign that he sees you not just as someone he loves, but as someone he honors. He doesn't push you into things you're uncomfortable with. He listens when you say no, and he doesn't make you feel guilty for having limits. Whether it's emotional space, physical boundaries, or personal beliefs, he gives them the respect they deserve. Because he respects you. He might not always fully understand every value you hold, but he makes the effort to learn, ask questions, and support your choices. He doesn't try to change you or mold you into someone else. Instead, he accepts you as you are and adjusts himself in ways that protect the space you need to feel safe, heard, and supported. This kind of respect creates deep trust. It shows he's emotionally mature and committed to building a relationship rooted in mutual understanding, not control. When he honors your values, whether it's your cultural background, faith, lifestyle choices, or emotional needs, he's saying, "I love not just your heart, but everything that shaped it." A man who respects your boundaries isn't just a good partner. He's someone who's truly ready for a future built on real love, patience, and understanding. He shares his fears, past mistakes, and hopes. When a man shares his fears, past mistakes, and hopes with you, he's opening the most vulnerable parts of himself, the places he usually keeps hidden. This kind of emotional honesty doesn't come easily. It means he trusts you deeply and feels safe enough to remove the armor he wears around others. He might talk about things he's ashamed of, failures, regrets, or moments he wishes he could undo, not to gain sympathy, but to be real with you. When he says, "This is where I've been," he's not just telling you a story. He's handing you a piece of his truth, trusting that you won't use it against him. And when he speaks about his fears of not being enough, fears of losing you, fears of the future, he's showing a side of him that the world rarely sees. That kind of openness is rare, and it's powerful. It means he's not trying to be perfect. He's trying to be honest. His hopes are equally revealing. If he talks about the kind of life he wants, the things he dreams of building, and the kind of man he wants to become, and includes you in those hopes, it's not just talk, it's vision. When a man shares all these layers, he's saying, "Here I am," not just the version that smiles, but the one that struggles too. That's not just connection, that's intimacy. And it's the foundation of a future built on trust and truth. He tells you, in words or actions, I'm not going anywhere. When a man tells you, in words or actions, I'm not going anywhere, he's offering something rare and deeply meaningful, emotional security. He's not just making a promise with words, he's showing up in ways that prove he means it. Through every misunderstanding, every stressful day, every moment of doubt, he's steady. He doesn't pull away when things get tough. He leans in. You hear it in the way he says, we'll figure this out when there's tension. You feel it when he reaches for your hand during an argument, or when he checks in on you even when you've had a bad day and snapped at him. It's in the consistency, the way he returns, the way he chooses you over and over again, especially when life gets hard. And sometimes, he doesn't even need to say it out loud. His actions say it for him. He's there when you need support, when you feel lost, when you don't even know what to say. He shows up, he stays. Not because it's always easy, but because you matter that much to him. When a man says, I'm not going anywhere, what he's really saying is, you're not alone. I've got you, and I'm in this fully. That kind of presence is rare, and when you find it, you don't just feel loved. You feel safe.